Katie, KT Training and Fitness. So the last time I sent a video out, it was about learning how to hip hinge correctly so that hopefully the progression would go to a squat. Part of what I realized when I was working with some of you with hip hinging is that you first need to realize how to engage your abdominals before you can even progress to the hip hinge. So here are a few easy exercises you can do at home that help you learn how to connect that mind awareness to the muscle that we want to be using. So learning to brace your abdominal muscles correctly while you're still breathing, while you exercise, is really key to any of the weight-bearing exercises we attempt to do in a standing position. So to start, you could do these at home, you can do them on a mat, on a rug. I'm just right on a floor. Go ahead and lie on down. So the first of these exercises is to start to learn where those muscles even are. We've talked a lot about the fact that your abdominals run down right through the front of your body, but then they also girdle around from your spine. So when you brace your abdominals, you should not feel just a tightening on your belly. You should feel it kind of wrap right around your midsection. So one of the ways to start to find that feel is just lie on back, put your hands right on your belly button, relax your whole body. And then, just like you're going to sneeze or someone's going to punch you in the gut, you're going to tighten those muscles and then relax. So pull everything tight and then relax. Pull everything tight and hold it there. And then while you're holding it there, try to talk or breathe in and out. It won't be super deep, but you should still be able to breathe while those tightened muscles stay engaged. Now release. So once you've figured out how to pull the muscles in, hold them, work on increasing from 10 seconds to 20 seconds to 40 seconds, and then see if you can hold that braced, engaged abdominal muscles for an entire minute. You can do it while you're watching TV or talking to someone. So the next thing that you need to learn is how to keep those muscles engaged and braced while other body parts start to move around. So the core, when it engages and braces the muscles, the whole goal is that we're keeping the spine in a neutral position. So your spine from your tailbone has a natural curve through the lower back. It slightly comes out through the thoracic spine and then slightly curves the back of your neck up into your head. The spine's natural curve is where it's in neutral. It is where it likes to be. So what we don't like to do is force those natural curves and ram them in the opposite direction. That's putting a lot of pressure onto the discs of your cervical or your thoracic or your lumbar spine. And that's where you can get into trouble. So think about that. When you bend down to lift something up, when you're doing work in a weight class or on your own out in the yard, you want to be able to keep your spine protected and allow the muscle groups that are big and strong, like the thighs and the hips or your back, to do the work, but keep the spine protected. So now that you go back into that bracing mode, we're going to start here by just lifting the knees directly above your hips, 90 degrees. And now brace the core. You can keep your hands on the floor, and you're going to try to take a heel, drop it down to the floor and touch while the abdominals stay embraced. And then come up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to alternate these heel drops to the floor. The key here is the whole time I'm keeping the abdominals tight, the normal arch in my lower back. So what I don't want you to do is, as the heel drops away, lift the lower back up. You're now increasing the arch. So you're starting to put pressure on the vertical, on the discs. The opposite is if, as you drop the heel, you try to ram that lower back into the floor, you're also putting pressure on the discs. So the key is to learn, tighten the core. My abdominals are sucked in. I'm keeping them tight as I slowly drop the heel to the floor. I'm not allowing my spine to move out of that neutral position. So once you can work there, dropping the heels, maintaining the tight core with a normal curve in the spine, you can progress even farther. So you have options here. You can now extend the heel out farther from the body, touch it down, pull the toe up, and then bring it back up. So the first thing I do is focus on relax the shoulders out of your ears, tighten the core, keep it tight as I extend that heel out and away. So my lower back maintains the normal curve. The abdominals are tight, tight, tight. But you'll notice I'm talking the whole time. So I am breathing in and out while I am working. And then down. So we've kept our arms on the ground as we've worked through this. The next progression is what's called a dead bug. So I like to think of it more as a dead rodent. You can choose your animal or insect. We're going to bring knees up over the heels, over the hips, heels in line, hands up. So now we're going to drop opposite hand and foot. Abs are engaged. We bring it back up. Core is tight. I keep the core engaged as I continue to drop opposite arm and leg. You'll notice I'm doing this initially with my knees bent, but I can extend it and make it even more difficult. So I'm relaxed. I tighten the core. I feel it engaged. Keeping in that position, I'm now going to extend the heel all the way out, dropping that opposite arm overhead. And then back. Grab your under your thighs, tuck your chin, try to rock up to sitting. So that's an entire progression that you can do that is core work, forcing your body to really focus on tightening in the abdominal muscles, keeping them engaged in a supportive way so that you can continue to keep your spine in a neutral position while you start to move limbs further away from the body. And there's a wide range of options we could go from there. But you need to be able to maintain that core tightening, keeping the spine in neutral position to be able to go into the hip hinge, which I'm going to explain to you again in the next video. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you again.